Hey guys, it's Megan and this is my adaptive equipment video. The device I decided to make was a game card holder made out of a pool noodle. So I've attached this form. If you guys want to read through that before you watch the video and get a better idea of what's going on. If not, you can just watch the video and I'll go through pretty much everything. So what we have here, as I just said, is my adapted game card holder made out of a pool noodle. And the activity we're going to be adapting is playing a game of cards, and the occupation, this would probably fall under an ADL of leisure or social participation. Depending on the game you're playing, you might be by yourself or with a group of friends. So I'm going to show you how to make it and how it's used. So to start with, we would have our pool noodle while it's still whole. I already cut it to save some time. And your original pool noodle is going to be about 3 or 4 times longer than this, and you're just going to cut it into a section right here, and then you're going to cut it along the middle, and you're just going to have 2 by the time you're done. So each time you do this, you make 2, and the bottom's going to look like this. You're going to want it to be flat so that it just lays right down. And the good thing about this making 2 is if you're playing a game with just a couple of cards, then you're just going to make a simple slit right down the middle, and that way you can hold your cards in it. And this would be best for a game that only requires maybe 5 or 6 cards. And then since we have this other one, what we can do here is take our knife or scissors and make 2 slits. So we're going to have one more so towards the front and then one in the back, and that way you can hold probably more like 10 to 12 cards in this one. So you're gonna have some in the back, and then you can have some in the front. And so from this, you could use it on patients with fine motor skill problems. For example, someone with cerebral palsy, muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis, any type of arthritis, and other types of diseases, disorders that involve the hand. You can use this in basically any environment except where it's windy, because this is so light that it'll probably just blow away. Oh, my 5 is upside down. That's okay. So this can be used anytime the patient is playing a card game. Just introduce this device before the cards are even passed out and give them the option of using it. You can teach them about it at home or in any inpatient setting, wherever the patient feels the most comfortable and will be most open to learning new things. And the way that I would deliver the instruction on this would be both verbally and by a visual demonstration. So you tell the patient how you're going to use it. You stick your cards in here on the top of the device, and at the same time you show them, and then you have them try. And you can reinforce it by just keeping the pool noodle with a deck of cards. That way when they go to get the cards out to play the game, the adapted device is right there. So the cost of this for me was only $1.06. That's pretty cheap. You can go to your local pool store and they might even have a little cheaper, but online at like Amazon and eBay, they go anywhere from $10 to $30. So this is basically a 90% saving, which is awesome. And the materials that I used was just 2 things: our pool noodle and a knife or a pair of scissors. I find the knife works better just because I don't like having to get my hand into a pair of scissors, but you can use either. And so it's pretty safe to use. It's a pool noodle, it's soft, it's flexible, you can't really get hurt, and it's pretty easy to maintain. You don't really have to do anything with it. You just put it away and take it back out, and if it happens to get dirty, it's a pool noodle, so it's waterproof. Get a wet cloth and just wipe it down. So the people that I would train on this other than the patient on how to use it would be family and friends, because that's usually who a patient is going to be playing a game of cards with. So if the patient ever forgets, then they can just ask the person next to them if they're a family or friend member, and they should be right on top of things. So the only precautions with this is when you make it, be careful with the knife or the pair of scissors. They are sharp. Don't use too much force, and don't try and go too fast. We don't want anyone losing any fingers. And like I said earlier, it's best not to do this in a windy area, because more than likely it's going to just blow away. And just make sure when you're done using it, you don't store it under anything heavy, because more than likely it will get crushed. It is just foam after all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.